the beat.
I don't know who, somebody need to hear this. Y'all don't speak Hebrew, that's Yiddish. How the fuck you try to label us anti-Semitic? We the Israelites, blacks, native Hispanics. The Germans getting locked up for the Holocaust. Meanwhile, black people still up in the Holocaust. 100 million of us died in the transatlantic. 6 million died, y'all want the world to never forget it. You can never be a Jew, you a Ashkenaz. This ain't a star dum-dum, a gun that would die. Yeah, Yeezy told the truth and got ostracized. Not one person in the Bible had on the yarmulke. We were slaves in America like we was in Egypt. Y'all don't even fit the curses in the Torah neither. Y'all was blind to the truth, I had to make it clear. How Jerusalem, your land, your people came from Europe. That was 1947, your menorah got 9 sticks, it's really only 7. Yeah, it's us against the world, Armageddon. This what happened when you inherit lies from your ancestors. Y'all the synagogue of Satan with them black hats. Your whole nation sitting ducks, Aflacs. Bunch of thieves and culture vultures, ain't nothing kosher. To tell the truth, you vagabonds don't have a culture. Macedonia, Alexander and Philip, you a convert, so tell me, how the fuck is you Israel? That don't make you the people just cause you live there. Why my people can't hate your people like y'all hate Hitler? All the prophets was black and was called nigga. Y'all don't even fit the description that's in the scriptures. Abraham, all the way down to Jacob, we the real Jews. Y'all don't study Christ, y'all follow the Talmud. Keep it real, yeah, let's keep it real. Cold hard truth, it give you chills. Say y'all Jewish cause y'all ain't really them. About to do them like Hammond, this the feast of Purim. U.P.K undefeated, this an easy win. We was born fighting, y'all the evil twin. Jacob took hold of his heel, then out came his little red bastard, they kosher deals. It's only 12 tribes, y'all tryna make it 13. Esau despised his birthright, the Lord cursed him. He ain't the devil, who is? I'm still searching. Ask your rabbi, why he get them babies herpes? I don't know what's worse, that or you claiming that you a Maccabee. I'm about to cancel, everybody try to cancel ye. I ain't afraid to speak, this what I do. They riding to the core, I'm just judging them by their fruit. Cause they ain't suffering curses. If I was carnal, I promise I'd punch you in person. I know this an uncomfortable subject. They making millions off our culture and black people suffering from it. Yeah, they don't believe in Christ, they the Antichrist. Make a living off of niggas, they a parasite. I ain't afraid to tell the truth, niggas terrified. I'm about to go DEFCON 4, I ain't satisfied.
That is proof. That is absolute proof that they know we are the real Jews. That's absolute proof. Now you got the records. Go find me a white Jew on any archaeology in Egypt anywhere. You will never find a piece of archaeology with white people as slaves in Egypt. So don't tell me that they were slaves and it's their identity, and they know it. And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not. The Lord knows the blasphemy of you so-called white people that say you are Jews and you are not Jews. You are not the people of the law. You are not God's chosen people. God's chosen people are living in the ghettos of America. God's chosen people are in poverty and depression in the streets of America. God's chosen people are walking around in America with no identity. That's where God's chosen people are.
Yeah, you know what it is. 140 for the rapper, busy man, shit, nigga. They take their head over, nigga.
I read what Eve did to Adam, I just pray my love don't lie to me. Swing the iron like stamps and I can't let no holder lie to me. I don't feel these rappers, oh they lies, this hypocrisy. Ain't no competition, ain't no rivalry. Niggas think I'm playing, I don't hear one word they saying, this shit light work. Think Muhammad one of us, he might lose his life first. Circle up and stay alert, another cop just stress the nigga. He a demon, this that exorcism, watch I bless the nigga. You took that open blood, then you know I'm gon' get active with you. Fuck the opposition, I see vision, let me paint the picture. Rappers claim they spit and I ain't listening, is in fact the if revenge was a woman, now I stroke that bitch like Jacob. So time war, we gon' run the summer, it's gon' be historical. Thought they making plays, made them niggas call the audible. Ask who run this shit, but that question is rhetorical. Bitch, I'm the one, me cookies with the oil. I'ma get them crackers, hell should've never kidnapped my family. I can't do that, bet I be the last nigga standing. Do a life sentence for my niggas, pray you understand me. I might put a switch on this Glock and call it young baby. How you real trigger on them dots, you a bird feeder, claiming he a demon. demon. What's a demon to a cult leader? What he saying something, I ain't him. This shit life. It ain't on who got the gun, it's on who gon' up that pipe first. I turn a bad situation to a game changer. Bring soldiers from the dead, just raised up the chain first. Shots, I'ma look like Aaron Jones when I run it. Never bite the hand excuse you, you'll never get that hand back. He bitch about 10%, I don't wanna hear none of that. He dropping sword, fuck him, just make sure you get that cover back. Look around, he ain't with us, probably cause he never was. Now my chin like you with the angels for your brothers. Everybody wanna be Richard Porter, God kill him like Alpo. Play if he want, it's laying in the trunk like Lee Malvo. I'm a certified woman's ass nigga, I am not a toy. Hey, out with that hollow side, yeah, this the real McCoy. Feel like Gullah Jack when I'm in Fayetteville, you feel your boy. Still about my brain, still I think that's all that I do. The way I get that boy lost, they gon' start to call him Elroy. Fuck his game, pop out on them demons like I'm Hellboy.
They killed, give me Isaiah 14 and 21. They did the same thing to my people. So you said that they put millions of my access. Should a murderer go to jail for murdering? Absolutely. Should a thief go to jail when he steals? Absolutely. Should a robber pay back the money he robbed? Absolutely. So why shouldn't the white man pay for what he did? That's right. That's right.
One day you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog.
I'm in a hell of a hole, was never expected to grow. Just obstacles set in the road, that a result of me selling my soul. The story I'm telling is cold, but yet it's what everyone knows. The white man's the devil is known. America was never a home, only a place of captivity, safe facility, hating, disfigure me. They claim that I'm lazy, be killing me. Maybe this slavery draining my energy. 400 years and counting, the trail of my tears is countless. Main fact that I'm here is astounding, but I can't wait till this shit is surrounded. Ready to tangle my king and the angels, be ready to rap. Crack in the sky, nuclear missiles will make it official. I'm capturing every cracker surviving. Put them all in chains where they need to be, slavery for me. And let the whole world see that with them in the cage and safer in the streets. Put the dog on a leash, get resolved for the beast. 144, get the ruler show, we could all be at peace. As soon as the trumpets are sound, your kingdom we busting it down. The only way justice is found, the time for your judgment is now.
You'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a
Look, ain't no remorse in my blood slim. It won't be no compromise. Now it's time to feed the worms. Watch his body turn to flies. I clutch iron while you trust the lies. The next Glock I buy gon' be Gen 5. I get it customized. And sending shots off like farewell. Praying payback come back around like a carousel. Still remember YAHANNA's words ringing in my head like bells. Said you in this body, you fit the Lord, fuck the cartel. Triangle choke, apply pressure to the game like I did Vondale. Payback's a bitch in a dress, she a bombshell. Revenge is served cold, I just hope they make an oxtail. Glock fresh out the box, I swear it got that new car smell. Made myself a target in the world of mad shooters. Devils design fire for our babies to pass through. In the day of our king's reign, I'll be overzealous. They bought my jealous, I bought brand new parabellums.
Someday you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog.
Hey, Shalom, Akia. What's going on?
Hey, Shalom, appreciate it. Good stuff.
Yeah, Bashim Rashad Barakathon. Barakathon, what's going on with y'all? Y'all too wild?
Yeah, we too well.
Okay.
Yeah, we opening up this Feast of Purim.
Yeah.
All right, so we on TikTok and all that. Hold up. All right, Shalom, Yahweh Shem Rashad Barakathon, Yahweh Shem Alatham Bashem Yahshai. This is the Feast of Purim. We're opening the Feast of Purim, right? And this is where we celebrate an honorable sister, a sister who knew how to follow orders, right? Listen, for you sisters,
Hey,
it doesn't matter.
Salaki, you gonna be on TikTok?
Yeah, I'm on TikTok, but I'm not doing it like everyone's on TikTok. Unless you know how to figure it out where you're not gonna basically make it echo. Like if you look at the TikTok, you'll see how I have it. But you could jump in the TikTok for sure. You just gotta basically not make it echo. So you're probably gonna have to put in headphones in one of your devices and turn down one of the devices.
Okay, no sweat.
God damn, this charcoal's out already. That is cold-hearted. Hold up. Right? So we're honoring an honorable sister tonight, a sister who knew how to follow orders, right? Listen, a lot of you sisters think that because there's a question that I've been seeing go around social media, right? And it's what do you bring to the table? And a stupid sister will say, I am the table. Like that table's broken. No one's sitting at that table. She's talking about she's the table. That table has worms and it has cobwebs and it's in the middle of nowhere, right? Tonight we honor a sister. We remember a sister who knew how to follow orders. She put her nation before herself. Some of you sisters need to watch this class and take notes. Learn how to put your nation before yourself. A lot of you sisters, y'all went to college and y'all got the education. Y'all got the good education, the good job, and you go to your job and you follow the white man's orders. You follow the oppressor's orders. The oppressor gives you an order and you follow that. You follow that all the way, and then you get home to your husband, right? The man you're sleeping with, the man you're having sex with, you think he's not a husband because your pastor failed you. Your pastor didn't tell you that sex is marriage according to the God of the Bible. So the man that you're sleeping with in your house, you know, he got the PS5 there, he got the Xbox One there, and he's breaking you down every night. That is your husband according to the Bible, right? You don't want to get up in the morning or in the night and make him a meal because you said that's wifely duties, but you sleep with him. You don't want to follow his orders, right? There's a woman in the Bible who didn't follow orders. That's Lot's wife. And we seen what happened to her. She's a pillar of salt. Till this day, she is a pillar of salt, right? Tonight, we're going to celebrate a woman who followed orders. Give that a hand. We're going to remember a woman that followed orders. Listen, I don't care how pretty you are, how big it is in the behind, how thick them hips are, how big it is in the front. I don't care what you could do with your mouth. Can you follow orders? That's what's most important. Can you follow orders? Can you listen to a man above you? Will you put your nation before you, before your feelings, before your emotions that no one gives a damn about? Listen, I tell my readers all the time, your tears don't move me. It don't do nothing for me. It just makes me look at you like, yo, why are you crying? Why are you being emotional? Why are you being a child? Right? We open the Feast of Purim, right? This is the opening of the Feast of Purim where we celebrate Esther, right? Can somebody get me Salakia? Let's go to the book of Esther and we'll start in verse 1. Nah, it's not a high holy day. It's just a class. Salakia, give me one moment. Let me get with you. Right, but we want to get the book of Purim. We want to get the book of Esther. Right. Esther and the Apocrypha or Ezekiel? Khan.
Officer Sean 1 looks like he's going to war.
Slovakia?
Officer Shia 1 looks like he's going to war.
Yeah, this is our God is a man of war. So when they said you look like you're going to war. 1 second, let me put this Bluetooth on.
Right,
Bear with me, y'all, a moment.
Right.
Bear with me, y'all, a moment. Okay, if y'all want to say anything, y'all could go ahead, y'all, real quick. Okay, I got it. Okay, if y'all want to say anything, y'all could go ahead, y'all, real quick. Okay, I got it. Okay, if y'all want to say anything, y'all could go ahead, y'all, real quick. Okay, I got it. Why I got an echo? 1 second. Why I got an echo? Now my bad, Salakia. Bear with me 1 moment while we work this out real fast. Hold up. All right. Can y'all hear me? Okay. Montreal.
Yeah,
can y'all hear me?
Yeah, you two are, please.
Karawakan.
God. Show you. Do you get me the book of Esther? At verse 1.
This is the book of Esther, chapter 1 and verse 1. Now it came to pass in the days of Ahasuerus, this is Ahasuerus which reigned from India even unto Ethiopia.
Right. So this is the King Xerxes, right? And he reigned. Salakia, I believe he beat up the Greek Empire around these times, right? This is King Xerxes. He had a vast empire, right? He even had the Jews in slavery, the Israelites in slavery, just like this kingdom today has the Israelites in slavery.
Bear with us. Officer Zabaja will be with us shortly. We're having a few technical difficulties. Bear with us, you understand? And to all Black, Hispanics, and Native Indian, you understand, you're required to follow the feast days, you understand? The feast day is our culture. It's the real culture of Black, Hispanics, and Native Indian, not what you see that this empire give us, understand? This empire give us Halloween, Christmas days, and Valentine's days. These are not our culture. Our real culture is what we do. I'll pass it back to Officer 1000 body.
Car. All right, Thawada.
Not above us.
Thawada. So okay, Shariwan, you can read verse 1 again.
Come. There's the book of Esther, chapter 1 and verse 1. Now it came to pass in the days of Ahasuerus, this is Ahasuerus which reigned from India even unto Ethiopia, over 127 provinces.
Right, keep reading.
Verse 2, that in those days, when the king Ahasuerus sat on the throne of his kingdom, which was in Shushan, the palace.
Right. So he had a kingdom that was large, right? And this is basically King Xerxes from Esau's history, right? They wrote about him and they made a movie about him in the what movie was that? 300?
300.
Right.
300.
Right, so you seen him in 300. They had him looking effeminate as hell, and that's the thing about these heathen kings, right? All these heathen kings were effeminate. He looked effeminate in that movie 300, and you gotta wonder, why does Esau always make a movie while they're looking effeminate, right? This is to let you know the Bible made strong men, men of God, warriors, right? It looked nothing like what Esau looked. Esau would get naked and go fight each other with swords. Good night. They would be sword fighting naked. Now, if that doesn't scream pause, I don't know what is. Right? Show you one. You could keep reading.
Verse 3. In the 3rd year of his reign, he made a feast unto all his princes and his servants, the power of Persia and Media, the nobles and princes of the provinces being before him.
Keep reading.
Verse 4. When he showed the riches of his glorious kingdom and the honor of his excellent majesty in many days, even 180 days. Verse 5. And when these days were expired, the king made a feast unto all the people that were present in Shushan the palace, both unto great and small, 7 days, in the court of the garden of the king's palace. Verse 6.
So there was a feast that the king made after he had all these battles. There was a feast that he wanted to have, right? And he had this feast, right? He was showing off all his riches that he claimed from slaughtering these other nations, right? And this is something that heathens do. They go around slaughtering other nations and stealing their riches, right? And it's not because the Lord told them to do that. The Lord did not tell them to do that, right? That's what they do, right? Sure, you want to jump down to verse 11.
Okay. To bring Vashti the queen before the king with the crown royal, to show the people and the princes her beauty, for she was fair to look.
Wait, Salaki, show you one. Start from 10.
Verse 10. On the 7th day, when the heart of the king was merry with wine, he commanded Mehuman, Biztha, Harbona, Bigtha, and Abigtha, Zethar, and Carcass, the 7 chamberlains that served in the presence of Ahasuerus the king.
Right. So he had 7 chamberlains that served in the palace, right? Keep reading, show you one.
Verse 11. To bring Vashti the queen before the king with the crown royal.
Hey, what's going on?
To show the people and the princes her beauty, for she was fair to look on.
Yeah, I'll text you. Gotta go. Read that one more time, sure you want, Salakia.
Verse 11. To bring Vashti the queen before the king with the crown royal, to show the people and the princes her beauty, for she was fair to look on.
Right, so he wanted his chamberlains to go get his wife because she was beautiful, right? Now listen, that's what a lot of men do this. This is something that you see all the time, right? There was a pedophile or a child abuser by the name of Polite. He was battling Captain Tazariak. Captain Tazariak liked the Florathan, but he chose to bring his wife and circle her around to show her off. Men who weren't of the Lord always did this. They want to show off their wives to the Lord. And the men of the Lord, we keep our women in the house. Salakia. Listen, I know sisters want to go outside, but Salakia, you could come outside with us if it's like a high holy day or something like that. But we're not going to be dressing you up in anything revealing just to show you off. Now, listen, if you're outside with your husband, you're outside with your husband, right? That's his choice, right? But men in the world always want to show off their women. They call this the trophy wife, right? And that's what King Xerxes he was doing in this verse. He wanted to show off his trophy wife, right? Let's find out what happened, right? And this is why we're honoring Esther, because Esther was different from every other woman, right? She was a kind sister. She was a soft sister. She was a sister who was raised to do right, right? Unlike you OnlyFans and the OnlyFans women and the women who jump on TikTok and listen. I know women who They all but show everything talking about these are workout videos, right? You got to think about that, right? This woman, she thinks that she's working out, so she needs to post a video of it and show her ass, right? That's in her mind, she's showing her ass because this is something that I did that was good, right? When a good thing would be not to show your ass. No one cares about it. No one wants to see it. No, listen, the people that want to see it, they just want to lay with you and leave you. They're not going to be there when things get crazy. As soon as you start going through it for real, they're not going to be there with you. And the man that lays with you, that lets you show your body on the internet, he doesn't care about you. Right? That should be a lesson. Keep reading, Shariwan.
Verse 12. But the Queen Vashti refused to come at the king's commandment by his chamberlains.
Right, and Vashti did not want to show up. She's like the modern woman, right? Y'all modern women think you're doing something special. Y'all are doing something special with your independence, and you could do whatever you want, right? Well, Queen Vashti thought she could do whatever she wanted. Salakia, Shariwan, keep reading. What verse are you at? Let the people know.
Verse 12.
Okay.
But the Queen Vashti refused to come at the king's commandment by his chamberlain.
She had a head and she did not want to show up. She did not want to listen. Keep reading.
Therefore was the king very wroth.
The king was upset, right? Just like any man in the world would be. He'd be upset. You give your woman an order and she's downright refusing to follow that order. Right? He was wroth. Wroth meaning upset. He was angry. He just slaughtered the Grecians, right? He slaughtered the Indians, the so-called East Indians, right? He went damn near at every nation and conquered, took all their gold, took their people as slaves, put them in his army, and they don't want to listen to, and his queen, his woman doesn't want to listen. Can y'all imagine, Akim? Y'all just went to war. You went to war. You commanded men to die and man to kill, man to unalive, and you have a woman and she doesn't want to listen to you. This is the woman in your house, and she's looking at you like, I'm not doing what you want. I do what I want. Good night. That is a horrible thing, and that has repercussions, especially if this man is the king. He's damn near the king of the world right now. This heathen is king of the world, and his woman does not want to listen to him at all. Looking at him like, I could do whatever I want. It doesn't matter what you say, right? Let's find out what happened. Sure, you want to keep reading?
And his anger burned in him. Verse 13. Then the king said to the wise men, which knew the times, for so was the king's manner toward all that knew law and judgment.
Right. So the king had wise men. They knew the time, right? And they said, read that one more time.
And the king said to the wise men, which knew the times, for so was the king's manner toward all that knew law and judgment.
Right. He turned to his wise men. Keep reading, Shayuan.
Verse 14. And the next unto him was Karshina, Shethar, Admatha, Tarshish, Merez, Marcina, and Mamukin.
Right. These are just the names of men who were with them. Keep reading.
The 7 princes of Persia and Media.
Right. So he had princes, right? And who are the princes of Persia today? Right. I believe Persia would be the Iranians today. Salakia.
Right.
The Persians would be the Iranians today. The same people who unalived 3 American soldiers, all of them just happened to be Israelites. Right? A horrible thing. They're letting you know, listen, you should not be fighting in the Lord's army. Right? They should have been here today with Commanding General YAHANNA, bringing all their tactical expertise. Right? They have tactical expertise. They should have been standing with Commanding General Yahanna, right? Commanding General Yahanna is where? In North Carolina today, opening the Feast of Purim. Is going to be a mighty weekend in the Carolinas, right? The opening of Purim, the closing of Purim, and camp. It's going to be excellent. I can't wait to see those camp videos, right? What are the Salakia, the North Carolina YouTube channels, right? You just type in I.S.U.P.K North Carolina, either Riley or Durham, right? And go check out Commanding General Yahanna on YouTube right now. Give that a hand. Right, Salakia. If we could, where are we? Sure, you want to keep reading?
Which saw the king's face, and which sat the first in the kingdom.
Right, so these are high-ranking men, and they saw the king's face. They're looking at the king's face like, yo, why is the king upset? Oh, some BICTH is not listening to him, right? That would upset any man, right? Look at the households today and the unruliness of the household because some woman doesn't want to listen. She wants to do whatever she wants. And listen, a sister that believes she could do whatever she wants. Now, this is not a sister. This is a heathen, right? But there's sisters in households today that believe they can do whatever they want, and they're destroying the household. They get upset because a man doesn't buy them a Valentine's Day gift, kicks him out the house, right? They go through his phone, finds out he has another rib, right? The brother probably has 10 ribs, and she finds out, she kicks him out the house. She has no regard for how that's going to affect her children. Right? Absolutely no regard because she believes she could do what she wants, right? Only to find out the next 3 men that she takes has other ribs as well. That's cold-hearted, Shaiwan. These sisters be going through the world, leaving men after men, and they say they can't.
So like a lot of the next men, sometimes that SA the children as well.
Right. And listen, they'll bring in a man that is a horrible. They'll bring in a polite. They'll bring in a Barack. What's that brother's name that's under the jail? He's talking about opening portals into the Grand Canyon.
Rashad Jamal.
Right. Rashad Jamal. They'll bring in a Rashad Jamal into the house. And he's going to abuse those children. And it's going to be horrible. It's going to be absolutely horrible. Right? Now, these sisters, they have no regard. A brother wants to see the children. He wants to see his kids, and she doesn't want him to see his children because of child support. Because of some oppressor who told her he has to pay her X amount of money, even though and listen, this is a funny thing that happens to sisters. Sisters that don't listen, right? A brother will be piecing her off like $600 every month. Yeah, it has to be down, but now you have to fix the angle of the phone. There was a piece of paper in the back of it that was propping it up. Right? A brother will be piecing off a sister damn near $600 a month for a child. And doing his best to come and see the child. He's working every day. And because he doesn't do exactly what she wants. Right? Now it's an issue. She listens to some broad in the world. Some broad in the world tells her, put that man on child support. And now she's only getting $200 a month. And she's upset. And the whole time the brother is telling her, listen, don't put me on child support. It's not going to work out. And she doesn't listen. And now he's sitting back laughing because instead of giving her $600, he's only giving her $200 and she's not letting him see the kids. And now the boys in the house have no father figure, right? She has some drug dealer in the house, some brother who absolutely hates those children and only wants to sleep with her. He doesn't give a damn about the children, right? And she's not listening. She should have listened. Right. Keep reading, show you one.
Okay. Verse 14. Verse 15. What shall we do unto the Queen Vashti according to law?
Damn. Listen, back in them days, y'all sisters are lucky that you have the men of the Lord. Them heathens in the world, they go by their law, right? Do you know how many Edomite women were unalived in the royal family because some king did not want her no more? Because the Romans told them about monogamy. So to get a new woman, he had to leave his old woman, which is a sin according to the Bible. You can have one wife, no wife, or three, but you can't leave your first wife to get a second wife, right? And them Edomites did not believe that. They did not care about that, right? Especially if she wasn't listening. Like, listen, she wasn't doing the things that she needed to do for the king, and he decided he wanted a new woman. His people in his court, right? Meaning the people that advised him, that he gave orders to, they would say, what they say, Shariwan? Read that again.
What shall we do unto the Queen Vashti according to the law?
They would say, what shall we do to her according to the law? Meaning to leave this woman, you have to unalive her. She has to not be alive. That's how you leave this woman. You want to go get another woman? The first woman that's with you has to be unalived. And to not listen to the king in these times is treason. To disobey a king in these times is treason. It's a bad look, especially on the king who's supposed to be conqueror of the world as we know it. As the world as they know it, he was conquering it. Right? Siri Boss says all 12 tribes are black, right? Listen, we are in the opening of the Feast of Purim. The 12 tribes are black, Hispanic, and Native American, right? The Bible says the Jews are black, but let's not discount our Native American brothers, our Hispanic brothers, right? Our Dominican brothers, the Mexicans, the Venezuelans, the Brazilians, the brothers from Honduras, the brothers from Uruguay, the brothers from Argentina, Colombia, right? All 12 tribes, black, Hispanic, and Native American. Right? If you just don't like Hispanics, just say so. Don't hide behind all 12 tribes are black. Right? Especially when there's more artifacts that connect, that give evidence to the so-called South Americans being Israelites than the Negroes. Right? Sure, you want to keep reading?
Because she hath not performed the commandment of the king Ahasuerus by the chamberlains.
Right. She did not perform the commandments. Good night. Do you know how bad that is to not perform the commandments by the king and his chamberlains? Keep reading.
Verse 16. And Memucan answered before the king and the princes, Vashti the queen hath not done wrong to the king only.
Good night. So now they're letting you know, like, listen, you just didn't disobey the king. You just didn't wrong the king, right? There's more to what you did. Your disrespect to the king's orders and not listening goes a long way. Right? Sure, you want to keep reading?
But also to all the princes and to all the people that are in the provinces of the king Ahasuerus.
Right. So they're saying, listen, you just didn't disobey the king. You disobeyed all the princes. Right? There's a bunch of men who told their men under them to go fight for this king, and you're disobeying him. Right? Now, who can break down what they mean by this? Anybody? Even in the comments, if you're listening on TikTok, right? When they said, sure, you want to read that one more time.
And to all the people that are in all the provinces.
Read up a little more.
Come.
From Vashti.
Vashti the queen hath not done wrong to the king only.
Okay.
but also to all the princes and to all the people that are in all the provinces of the king of Xerxes.
What does that mean? Who could break that down? In the comments on TikTok, in the comments on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, right? What does that mean exactly? Akim, y'all can answer too if you have the answer. I know y'all got the answer for sure. Let's just give it a quick second to see if anybody on TikTok listening understands, right? A lot of time y'all jump in the comments and say this and this and that, but what does this verse mean? Right? She just didn't, what was that? She just didn't do wrong to the king only, but the princes and all the people in the provinces. What does that mean? I guess no one on TikTok has the answer, right? Akim, y'all can answer.
That's lucky.
Come on.
Did that mean that all the women were following the sister?
Right.
And all of them were they were all disobeying them.
Okay, so it's not necessarily all the women were following this sister, right? Come on, Adiyar.
They were saying also like by her disobeying the king, she disobeyed the entire kingdom. Because people are there looking at the king as an example of his household that it should be built. People looking at you feel like, oh, I gotta have my house just like the king. My house just and disobey the king. It's showing me understand the entire structure of this empire is falling, which is she went against everybody in the kingdom. If I may, like this is for you, like you call yourself you like so a lot of you call yourself queen. Meanwhile, you destroy your own house. And you thinking you only hurt that man because he didn't want no birds, and he has another girl. So you think by destroying the house, you're hurting him. You're not hurting him. You're not just like hurting him, eating, just like they're uneating. You destroying the fabric of your nation. You destroying the fabric of your nation.
Damn right. Give that a hand. Give that a hand. That is well said, Adiyar. Right? That's what it means. Everyone in the nation is looking up to the king. Everyone in his rulership. He conquered the whole earth. And they're looking up to him. And it's like, damn, you dissing him? How can you diss him? Right? And a lot of sisters think that they do what they want and they can just leave a man because they're upset for some reason. And don't take into account that it's going to destroy your nation. Like they say, there is a plague of single homes in our nation. There's a bunch of fatherless kids running around. Listen, have you seen what's happening in your neighborhood? How many times has your neighborhood been shot up? How many times have you seen these brothers just on the corners getting
Salak, y'all said Adiyar, you have to take over for a minute.
Got no sweat. You understand? Like you just like just to take off, you understand, from what I was saying, you understand, like it is important, you understand, that when you have a household, when you have a relationship, to maintain that relationship as a woman, to obey your man, just like you would obey Christ, just like you would obey God, and that's biblical. You understand? I understand your pastor, you understand, not telling you that. I understand, you understand the LGBT, the feminism, you understand, the feminists of this empire teach you not to obey, you understand, the same men that you're laying down with. You understand? But if it is in righteousness, you should obey that man. Right? Because why? Because just like you understand, these Edens understand that. These Edens understand, well, you know what? If the household is destroyed, you understand, our empire is destroyed. If you understand, just look at the Arabs, for example. You understand? Their women are in no order. They could have, you understand, also Barkella. There's some Arabs over here, you understand, in Montreal. They're living in garage, you understand, in the garage. Understand? You understand? They're living in the garage, you understand? And then they're like 2 or 3 wives in there with the children. And none of them, you understand, are selling the body or having, you understand, like, you understand, having sex with other men. because they understand something. They understand, well, if I destroy my own family, you understand? People gonna, you understand, the other nation gonna look bad on our culture. The other nation gonna look bad, you understand, on what we do. I'm not saying they are not. They are sneaky. Women are sneaky, but they're trying to maintain a sense of way, you understand, for other nations to respect them. And when we look at, you understand, the society today, our community today, we are not respect. Our women are
Adia, you sound like you're breaking up. I'm back. Adia, you sound like you're breaking up.
Okay, go ahead. You got it, please.
Is it me? I think it's my internet.
Nah, the one he's breaking up. Salakia, when you froze again on the YouTube.
Salakia, y'all could hear me? Salakia, please, can you hear me?
Kind, we hear you fine now.
Come. You understand? There's a way to be, you understand, as Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian woman, you understand? And this is what we find in the Bible. Now what the story that Officer Zabaja is, you understand, is teaching, you understand, talking about, you understand, this is according to the other nation, you understand, this is how they viewed it, you understand, their custom. They understood something. If the woman disobey, you understand, it's like, you understand, if I have like Officer Zabaja, Officer Barakala, Officer Shawan coming at my place and seeing, you understand, my woman is disrespecting me, they're gonna look back. They're gonna be like, you know what? That, you know what I'm saying? How can this be? Because this is a brother, you understand, that we listen to, and you understand, now for you to disrespect him like that, you understand? And this is the same way these other nations were looking at that queen that disrespected, you understand, respecting, you understand, King James. All right. Go ahead, Officer.
Hey, Thawada Montreal. I appreciate it. All right. So again, we're back. Shaywan, can you continue reading where you left off?
Okay. Verse 15. What shall we do under the Queen Vashti according to law?
Right. What shall they do? There's a law to be carried out. She disrespected the king. That disrespect cannot be tolerated. Right? Y'all sisters better be happy you have a black man who doesn't think like these heathens. I remember a story of a sister who went and got with a Edomite, some Caucasian football player, and I don't know what she was doing in that house. I have no idea. She might have not been doing nothing, right? She might have just been a kind, loving sister. And that Edomite beat the brakes out of her. She woke up in the hospital, right? Now, that's not to say horrible things don't happen in black homes because of oppression. If you're wondering why horrible things are happening in black homes, just look at the oppression we've gone through. We've been destroyed as a people, right? But the I.S.U.P.K is fixing the black family, bringing the black man and black woman back together again, right? And if you have issues in your house, you could just call for marriage counsel. That's what happens in here. You get some good marriage counsel from men who have one wife. Some men have 10 wives, right? But you get that marriage counsel, and you'll be staying together till you're old and gray. Listen, y'all be in the kitchen hating each other, but you're gonna stay together. Oh yeah, this nigga, you like this, okay. Y'all gonna stay together though. Do it for the kids. Who cares about your feelings? I don't care about your feelings. It means nothing to me. What means the world to us is this nation, right? Keep reading.
Because she has not performed the commandment of the king of Xerxes by the chamberlains.
Keep reading.
Verse 16. And Memucan answered before the king and the princes, Vashti the queen have not done wrong to the king only, but also to all the princes, and
Read.
to all the people that are in all the provinces of the king of Xerxes.
Read.
Verse 17. For this deed of the queen shall come abroad unto all women.
Right. So the women of the nations that King Xerxes is ruling over, right? they're gonna look at her and say, listen, if she don't have to listen, why do we have to listen? Nigga, you're not a king. Isn't that what they say?
Right.
You know when we say, hey, we can have more than one woman, they say, yeah, that was for kings. Good night. Okay. They'll look at you and say, but you're not a king. I'm like, but you're not a queen. You think you're a queen. You're not a queen. Tell me what nations you command. There was a queen. She died. She was unalive. Listen, the Lord took her life in well old age. Our sisters don't get to be a well old age and have servants and all of that, and have nations and have Jamaica still pay tribute to her. Vibes Cartel is fighting an appeal right now and still has to go before the king and the queen, right? Y'all sisters, y'all ain't queens. Y'all, it's better to be a homely sister to some man who goes out in the world and struggles to put food on your table and pay the bills, to some man who's going to fight to the death. He's going to fight to the death if some intruders come in the house. That's what it's better to be like that. Y'all want to go on OnlyFans and make $200 a month. Good, nice. Show you want. They are OnlyFans only making $200 a month. Listen, y'all can say we look like the Power Rangers if you want. Y'all will never try to say that to our face outside. Y'all some tough guys behind the cameras. And listen, the Power Rangers were cool to me. Yeah. They were kicking ass and taking names. Salakia. Right? Yeah, do your thing. Do your thing. Right? Barak, Salakia, Adiyar, can you take over?
Come. Which verse you left at? Which
verse? We were at, what verse were we at? Salakia. We're at verse 17. Verse 17 in the first chapter of Esther.
You want me to read?
Khan, if you could read, Baba Kasha.
Verse 17, for this deed of the queen shall come abroad unto all women, so that they shall despise their husband in their eyes, when it shall be reported.
Right. This deed is going to, listen, all women are going to look at this and be like, damn, she don't have to listen to him. Right? The same person who just said, Power Rangers, you should listen. We're going to teach you how to keep your household in check. You seem like someone who lets women run over you, right? Now, this deed that she did, she didn't understand that it's going to make all women look at her. The old women are supposed to teach the young women. Haven't you wondered why these young women are so reckless? Why they're showing so much skin in the streets? I'm going to say it the nice way, right? Why our sisters look like street workers? They look like ladies who work the streets. Haven't you wondered? Because the old women aren't teaching the young women the good things that they're supposed to teach them. They're not teaching them how to be a wife. Right? Baba Kasha Adiyar, can you keep reading?
Come on, priest. The king, Ahasuerus, commanded Vashti the queen to be brought in before him, but she came not.
She did not
Verse
come.
18.
Keep reading.
Verse 18. Likewise shall the ladies of Persia and Media say this day unto all the king's princes, which have heard of the deed of the queen. Thus shall there arise too much contempt and wrath.
What verse are you in, Baba Kasha?
I just finished verse 18.
Right. So there's going to be content and wrath among the households, right? Her move is going to destroy the marriages, destroy the homes, take the power away from the men in that kingdom, right? And listen, there's a verse in the Bible where it gives rank and order, where it says, Salakia, Shariwan, can you get, what is it? 1 Corinthians? Yeah, 1 Corinthians, I think it's 10 and 11. Baba Kasha. I think it's 10 and 11. Or maybe is it 1 and 11? Verse 11 and 3. God, can you read that?
This is the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 11 and verse 3. But I would have you know that the head of every man is Christ.
Right. So men have a head. Listen, men, we follow orders. Listen, I know every man that follows an order. We go to work and we take an order from a man, even if we don't like the man. Listen, I hate that supervisor. I just want him to fall off that ladder. You're going to take that order. All right, I'm going to do it. What do you want me to do? Right. All right, that's finished. What's next? And you're going to do that order. You're not going to complain about it. You're not going to cry about it. You're not going to, Salakia, act effeminate about it, right? There's a rank and order that belong to men. Read that. Keep reading.
And the head of the Salakia, that the head of every man is Christ.
And the head of every man is Christ, right? Christ has a head and man has a head. We listen to Christ. Keep reading.
And the head of the woman is the man.
And the head of the woman is the man, right? There's a order to things. The sisters have a head. That's the man. They're supposed to listen to that man, right? Listen to that man and obey him like you would obey Christ, right? Because the man obeys Christ. We listen to a man. We listen to the words of Christ and we follow after him, right? You could be perfect just like Christ, right? And this woman not obeying. Now listen, these are heathens. They have nothing to do with the Bible other than this story that we're telling you just so we could honor an honorable sister. Because as we go over the next 2 days, we're going to find out about a sister who was honorable and she's supposed to be honored, right? Keep reading, Shaywan.
And the head of Christ is God.
And the head of Christ is God. Christ listens to a man as well. He listens to the Lord, a man of war, right? You can find that in the Bible, Exodus, what is that? 15 verse 3, right? God is a man of war, right? So like you could drop that. Where were we?
It was verse 19.
Khan, show you one. Can you read verse 19?
Khan. It's the book of Esther, chapter 1, verse 19. If it please the king, let her go a royal commandment from him.
Right. Keep reading.
And let it be written among the laws of the Persians and the Medes.
Keep reading.
That it be not altered. That Vashti come no more before King Ahasuerus.
Good night. Listen, she lost her place. Y'all, this is a lesson to you sisters. Y'all should listen to your man or you're going to lose your place. So another woman's going to come in and take your place. And y'all could be like, it's okay. I'm going to do what I want. All right. Go do what you want. But then don't complain when another woman is sitting in your place. Right? And listen, that man is still going, a man of the Lord is still going to stick around by you until you go and commit adultery, meaning you sleep with another man. And then, listen, you did that man a favor. By committing that sin of adultery, you did him a favor. He doesn't have to deal with your unruly behind no more. His hands are washed of your unruly, dragonous behavior. All right? A lot of sisters are fire-breathing dragons. Not because that's their nature. That's not their nature. Their nature is soft and cuddly and feminine, right? And nurturing and loving and soft-spoken and docile. Meaning she's not weak, but she's going to listen to her man. That is a sister's true nature. Oppression and Christianity has turned our woman into how Caucasian women act, how the so-called Asian women act, how so-called the heathens. Have you seen how heathen? Listen, you know who the most effeminate men in the world are, right? And so-called Moabites. They'll let their women slap the hell out of them in the public streets and act like nothing. There was nothing. Good. Like a bunch of effeminate ninja stars throwing. Like that's why they be throwing the ninja stars at each other. They really want to throw it at their woman and can. Right? So happy we are Israelites of the Bible, the true Israelites of the Bible, the people who went through slavery in the Americas, which is so-called Egypt, right, spiritually, as well as the real Egypt. All right, Brock, I see you. Let me bring you back up. Right, sure you want to keep reading?
And let the king give her royal estate unto another.
Right, she's losing her place. Keep reading.
That is better than she.
Keep reading.
Verse 20. And when the king's decree which he shall make shall be published throughout all his empire.
Listen, all y'all women who want to act like dragons in your house, no sweat. That man's gonna go find someone better than you.
Right.
And you gotta be like, you're gonna be like, why aren't you coming over? why do you only see me once a month? Salakia, sis. That woman is better than you. Listen, you know what's crazy, right? I see there was it's a video. I don't remember where I seen this, if this is YouTube. No, this is a TikTok video, right? Where some bald-headed Edomite is being reamed out by his woman. She's just going in on him. And she says, why don't you love me? What does she have that I don't have? And he just starts listing the things. And listen, he listed everything kind that his wife is not doing. That's why he's going to check another wife, right? In Edomites' world, they call that cheating. In our world, that's just checking your other wife until this one goes and commits adultery. And maybe she doesn't commit adultery. Maybe she fixes up and learns to be kind. Listen, life is a competition. Y'all think it's not a competition? Life is a competition. Everybody's competing. Sis, you have to compete for that man's time. Salakia. He's going to check you. It's just once a month. You might have to call his camp leader and get some counsel. And his camp leader might tell you, well, listen, you are a bad wife. He goes and checks the good wife, the one that listens to him, the one that's not like Lot's wife. Remember Lot's wife? Lot told his wife, do not look back. But she loved the world. She loved that purple lavender world, right? And she got turned to a pillar of salt. Don't love the world. Love your husband and obey him like Christ, because he obeys Christ. Keep reading.
All the wives shall give to their husbands honor, both to great and small. Verse 21. And the same pleased the king and the princes. And the king did according to the word of Memucan.
Read.
Verse 22. For he sent letters into all the king's provinces, into every province according to the writing thereof, and to every people after their language, that every man should bear rule in his own house, and that it should be published according to the language of every people.
Right. Listen, the man's supposed to rule in his house, right? We're going to drop that right there. Jump to Barak. Can you read chapter... Read chapter 2, verse 1, Baba Kasha.
Esther chapter 2, verse 1. After these things, when the wrath of King Ahasuerus was appeased, he remembered Vashti and what she had done and what was decreed against her.
Right. When his wrath was over, he calmed down, right? He remembered what she did. Like, damn, she wasn't listening to me. She made me look like a fool. Embarrassing. Embarrassed him in front of the whole kingdom. Keep reading.
In verse 2. Then said the king's servant that ministered unto him, let there be fair young virgins sought for the king.
Right. So he said there are fair young maidens, right? Women of marriageable age. That's what virgins means. Women of marriageable age. Let's go look for them to bring them to the king. Keep reading.
Karawaka, verse 3. And let the king appoint officers in all the provinces of his kingdom, that they may gather together all the fair young virgins unto Shushan the palace.
Right. So they told the king, we're going to get all the officers to go get the young women in the palace, right? Get the young women throughout the nation and bring them to the palace. Keep reading, because now he's looking for a new wife. He wants a wife that's going to listen. Isn't that what we all want? Right? Isn't that what men just want in the world? Right? You just want, and I'm not talking about like I.S.U.P.K brothers are in the world, but I'm just speaking in general. A man wants a woman that's going to listen, that's not going to be an embarrassment to him. Right? The worst thing, listen, next to sleeping, well, Salaki, it's down there the same thing. A woman committing adultery, right? Sleeping with another man, talking to another man, texting another man, giving another man your time when you have a man that puts up with your nonsense in the house, right? You having a work husband. Y'all seen what Alicia Keys did? Alicia Keys went and let Mr. Herpes himself. It's 7 o'clock on the dot, and the herpes is burning up. Goddamn. She let Mr. Herpes. Oh, Salakia, that was horrible. Montreal.
Salakia, let it burn.
Let it burn. Listen, Usher got some confessions. He's letting it burn. Damn, he needs to get the ointment. He got something that doesn't go away, allegedly. Right? Y'all remember that sister? That sister came out and said, listen, Usher gave her herpes. I was like, damn, Usher, what you doing? Peace up, A-Town down. Listen, that is horrible. Y'all want a man that's a, what did the sister say? He needs to make 6 figures. All right. That 6 figures comes with herpes sometimes, man. That 6 figures will catch you locked in the closet. Where's R. Kelly, everybody? Anybody seen R. Kelly lately? That's what the 6 figures comes from. Y'all seen what Casey, what's her name? The sister that shaved half her head off. Cassie. She said Diddy, she needs 30 million from Diddy. Diddy pieced her off quickly with efficient speed. Listen, Diddy pieced her off at the speed of light. We seen the article. I refreshed the article, and the article said Diddy has paid her. I said, 1 second. What the hell just happened? I just read this article. It just says she's suing. Diddy paid her. I haven't heard from Cassie since. She is chilling with her Edomite husband somewhere. That's horrible. That is horrible. That's, oh, man. Keep reading, Shaywan. Or Brock. Who was reading for me? Brock?
I was reading.
Come on, Brock. Keep reading.
To the house of the women unto the custody of Hagi the king's chamberlain, keeper of the women, and let Kawakan, and let their things for purification be given them.
Right. So they all these young women, right? Right. So all these young women, all these, and I don't mean young like underage. This is not GMS, right? But women of marriageable age, they were given to the king. They were separated into another chambers and given things for purification, meaning they had to get right. Right. Now listen, this is what all our sisters should go through. A time of purification. Don't just grab a man because he has shiny shoes on. He got name brand shoes on. He bought a overpriced bottle in the club and got you drunk, and he was wearing rented jewelry. He was wearing his friend's jewelry. Y'all ever notice that? That the jewelry that you see these street brothers wear in the videos, a different man has it on every other day. They don't all have the same jewelry. You're being played. It's a game. Right? But a woman's supposed to go through a time of purification, right? Just get the oils on, right? Get manicured and pedicured, get looking right. Go through a time of purification. Don't just sleep with a sister because you want to, right? That's how you end up in a situation you don't want to be in. You slept with that woman, and listen, now you got to keep her. Y'all sisters talk about, I didn't know he was a horrible man. You were just looking at his shiny shoes, his nice rented car. You notice he didn't have the same car last month? You think he has a bunch of cars. No, he's switching these cars because they're rented. He gets them from Enterprise, right? He has a platinum rental car, and he was in the club and put you in that black truck after the club, and you thought you had a winner. You went and told your mom you have a keeper, and then he blacked your eye. You didn't go through that time of purification with that man to understand who he is, right? What I'm saying in layman's term is there is a time to court a woman. There's a time when you're supposed to court her and get to know who she is. And you sisters, the time you're supposed to court a man. Ask every question in the book. Start a fake fight so you can understand how this sister or how this man is going to react. We should be charging you for this advice that we're giving you, but it's free because Commanding General YAHANNA told us to go out in these streets and on this internet and give out this information for free so we can rebuild the black home, the Hispanic home, the Native American home. And listen, we're going to honor and celebrate a sister who listened to this information and she did the right thing. Right? Listen, I'm probably not going to get to it tonight, but tomorrow night, I'm going to get to my favorite part of this story. There's a verse that's my favorite part in this story. And I'm going to remind you of it tomorrow night. Right? Again, listen, the I.S.U.P.K in Toronto will be hosting the closing of Purim. Right? Just DM for the location. You get in our DMs or our email or call our camp leader. Call the numbers that you see in our videos, and we'll give you the location if you are Black, Hispanic, and Native American, and you can show up and break some bread with us and enjoy the brotherhood and the sisterhood that we enjoy every day. Because in here is heaven. This is truly heaven when you have a brother and a sister that is not going to trespass against you. Right? Y'all went to Christmas dinner and it was a bunch of trespasses. Y'all went to Easter and they were serving pork. Good night. That's horrible. You're going to Christmas dinner and pork. I went to go get some meat from the butcher shop, and these brothers and sisters are just ordering that pork. And I'm like, yeah, that's disgusting. Right? Bro, keep reading.
God. Verse 4. And let the maiden which pleaseth the king be queen instead of Vashti.
Man, she's going to be queen instead of Vashti. Vashti's not going to be queen no more. The woman that pleases the king is going to be queen. Right? Y'all sisters got to learn how to please your man. And we're not talking about in the bedroom. Because that's just what your best sex is, maybe 15, 20 minutes. What about the other 23.5 hours in the day? How are you going to please your man with that time? Are you going to be an annoyance to him? Are you going to be someone who causes him stress, who talks back, who doesn't follow orders? Right? Every sister should read the book of Esther.
Right.
And once you read it, go ask your camp leader what it means. Watch our classes for the breakdown. Ask questions in classes so you can learn how to be an honorable wife, because your mom didn't teach you that. Your mom taught you how to disrespect your father, how to have 10 men come through your house, and Salakia, some of y'all sisters went through tragedy because your mom was unwise. She was not disciplined. She was a terrible monster in your life. Well, you should call our general. Call General Mahayaman and get counsel. Call Captain Tazariak and get counsel on how to deal with the tragedies you went through in your life because of your mother. Barak Yalla, keep reading.
Karawakan. And the thing pleased the king, and he did so.
Right, it pleased him to get a new woman, and he did it. These women are going through purification to get the king's time right now. Keep reading.
Kawakan, verse 5. Now in Shushan, the palace, there was a certain Jew whose name was Mordecai, the son of Jair, the son of Shimei, the son of Kish, a Benjamite.
Right, this brother was a Benjamite, right? He is a certain Jew who worked in the kingdom, right? That's to let you know that during the time of when we lost our kingdom and we were going through captivity after captivity, right? The Israelites, they weren't called by their specific tribe, they were called Jews, right? That means Judah, Benjamin, and Levi are Jews, right? Today, when we say the Jews, we mean Judah down to the whole tribe, the whole list, right? From Judah to Asher, from Benjamin to Simeon, from Naphtali to Salakia. Oh man, how do you say, what's the name of the Mexican tribe again? I just had it. Issachar. Salakia, my brothers in Mexico. Viva la raza. Salakia. Right? Keep reading.
Karawakan, verse 6. Who had been carried away from Jerusalem with the captivity which had been carried away with Jeconiah, king of Judah.
Right. Keep reading.
Karawakan, whom Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon, had carried away.
Right. Nebuchadnezzar. Right? Nebuchadnezzar. They made a movie about him too. They made movies about Nebuchadnezzar. Right? But how comes the Jews of the Bible never get movies made? Why isn't there any movies about King David? Right? Because they wiped away our history. Right? If they make a movie about King David, brothers and sisters are going to realize, like, damn, listen, the movies about the Israelites fit our lifestyle. That's why they never make movies about Israelites, right? About the Jews of the Bible. Because we're going to have to realize, damn, the oppression that they went through, we kind of go through that same oppression right now. Let's imagine they made a movie about some Israelite where some Caucasian man comes, takes over their neighborhood, puts them in slavery. Now he has to go buy everything from this Caucasian. You're going to be watching this movie and be like, damn, I do go buy everything from that oppressor over there. That Moabite does sell me a lot of chopped chicken wings and fried rice. And I got to go to his convenience store when the oppressor's holidays are on to go get some milk. And he'll never hire me, even though our sisters buy all the weed from him. Good nay. They make movies about Israelites, you're going to realize fast that your life matches the Israelites' life because you are the Israelites. So-called black man, so-called Hispanic man, and Native American man. Keep reading.
Karawakan, verse 7. And he brought up Hadassah, that is Esther, his uncle's daughter.
Right. So his uncle had a daughter, right? The uncle's not in the picture no more, right? But he's bringing up his daughter, meaning he's raising her. Esther, or Hadassah in the Hebrew, myrtle tree, the fertile one, right? And this is the sister we're celebrating tonight. We are in the book of Esther. This is to let you know, right? there is a sister with a book in the Bible. She did something right. Give that a hand. And y'all think we don't appreciate women. We appreciate good women. We just don't celebrate whores.
Right.
That's not what we let y'all in the world do that. Y'all in the world, y'all can worry about how many times Meg the horse is twerking. Y'all can worry about Orange Spice and Lotto if they're beefing. Right? We're not gonna worry about that. We're gonna watch over our sisters who are doing the right thing, who are honoring their nation, listening to their husbands, right? Listening to their fathers and their brothers, who don't bring shame to the household. There's a lot of this. Oh man, this is terrible. There's a lot of kids are being bullied in high school right now because their moms do OnlyFans. I watched a video of a sister who she said the boys in her son's high school, they keep walking up to him and showing him her OnlyFans. And I said, damn, that kid's going to get a gun soon. It's bad. And she laughed about it. It's like that verse where it says she wipeth her mouth as Salaki. I'm paraphrasing it, right? She eateth and wipeth her mouth like she did nothing. Right? That's me paraphrasing it. But you just gotta look in the Bible, Google it. She wipeth her mouth, and you'll find it. Right? A lot of these sisters, because of Christianity and the lack of good women who showed them how to be a wife and a mother, a loving wife and a loving mother, a good sister, a good auntie, they think they can just traumatize the young men and the young women in their life. You wonder why a lot of women are outside twerking on everything? Because that's what they seen their mother doing. They seen their mother going to Freaknik. And now they go to Miami and they walk around naked. They go to Lakeshore during Caravana and let 30 different men twerk on them. Right, listen, you go to Caravana, you see men, and this is horrible. I lived in that area during Caravana, and these men who are acting like they're like today is Caravana, and he's gonna be outside with glitter on, looking like he's fresh out of the LGBTQ parade. And then the next day, he's gonna be the hardest bodman you ever seen. Pause. He's gonna be like, I can't even say it, man. Good night. He's gonna see that he run things and things will run him. But yesterday he was glittered up like a fairy.
Good night.
Salaki, if I may, please. There's a video on Instagram, and I believe it's on TikTok as well, where there's this sister, y'all saying, the mother, her son passed away, and she's twerking in front of the coffin. Now the daughter is calling mom. Understand? Like she's shaming her entire family, and even her son that just passed away. You understand? This is she doesn't even understand how to grieve, how to cry. I understand how to feel pain for her son. All she knows how to do is twerk. This is, you understand, the era, you understand, and the lifetime that we live in right now. And this is why a lot of you sisters are exactly like Queen and Vashti, you understand? Because you don't have a proper mother that, just like also Sabbath was saying, you don't have a proper mother that show you the right way, how to be a real woman, how to be, you understand, a bad bee. Esther was a bad bee. You understand?
Right. Nah, that's heavy. I seen that out here, and I said, damn, what the hell is that? Why would a mom even want to twerk on a casket of her son? Like, I could understand. Like, okay, I could somehow understand a woman, she lost her husband, and she twerking on that casket on her husband's. I still can't understand it, but I can kind of try to understand it, right? That's her husband. She's twerking on the casket of her husband. I can't understand it, but I'm trying to. But what the hell is she doing twerking on her son's casket?
Right.
What's going on in that household? Right? It makes me believe she doesn't have a man and her son was her husband. And like Adiyar said, she don't know how to grieve. She absolutely does not know how to grieve. Right? But we had a brother who did the right thing. He showed his uncle's daughter brotherhood and raised her up to be an excellent sister, where 2,000 years later, we're still talking about her. We're having a feast for her. And tomorrow we'll be in the city of Toronto having a Feast of Purim. I message the I.S.U.P.K on Facebook, I.S.U.P.K Montreal and Toronto on Facebook, on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, wherever you can, wherever you're seeing this. If you are Black, Hispanic, and Native American and you want to come to the feast day tomorrow, right? We'll be holding this feast down. Our brothers will be here. Our sisters will be here, right? And we'll be gathering, having an excellent time. A time full of brotherhood and sisterhood. Salaki. Right. Salakia. Barak, you can keep reading.
Khan. For she had neither father nor mother. And the maid was fair and beautiful. Salakia. Esther chapter 2, verse 7.
Khan, throughout the Barak. Keep reading.
Khan. And the maid and Salakia. And the maid was fair and beautiful.
Right. This is a beautiful sister. Like all our sisters. I haven't met you know what makes sisters ugly? You know what makes a sister ugly to me? Right? Her spirit, her character. Right? Now listen, this is y'all know that sister Glorilla?
Khan.
Sister? That is a beautiful sister. Pretty in the face. Little slim thing. You know what makes her ugly though? Anybody knows what makes her ugly? Right? Now, y'all might not be in my mind, right? But Barak, what do you think makes her ugly?
It's a the one. What we call it the spirit, but in the world we call it the energy that she's projecting.
That's definitely right, but right, I was looking for a specific thing, right? Shayuan? The stink attitude. Let me see if my rib has an answer. Okay, my rib said the same thing Shayuan said, right? I'm gonna give you what my Captain Kataza said. She has too many abortion raps.
That's right.
Too many abortion bars.
That's right.
The sister's beautiful. Them abortion bars make her look like the dancers in Thriller. You know what I mean? Good night. Oh man, it's horrible. Now I'm laughing, but it's actually a horrible thing to see. To see our sisters. Salakia, why is it freezing up? Is anybody? Barak, are you still on TikTok?
Khan.
Does the TikTok look like it's freezing up right now?
Nah, the smoke is going up. Sorry,
okay, it's all right, it's just me. It's just my phone. I'm watching it on another phone trying to monitor it. Okay, it's back now. It's just my phone. Right? Khan, show you on?
Man, what you said is so heavy and so true. Because I remember even being in the world, and I remember this one sister. I was begging her not to abort the baby.
Good night.
When she aborted that baby, I had a rib 2 hours later. Salaki.
Damn. Good night. Listen. That is horrible. Yeah. That is a horrible thing to go through. Listen, I know a sister who she was going through it as well. And she left her man and found out she was pregnant and decided to unalive that baby. And I told her, listen, don't do that. Don't do that. Right? Listen, we can get you help. Like you have people that are willing to help you. Right? Your man's a piece of shit, according to you. There's two sides to the story. I don't know. Maybe you're a piece of shit too. Yeah. Salakia TikTok. Right? Salakia. Maybe it's you too. There's two sides to every story. Right? And she did it. And months later, she was going through it. Crying and getting drunk and getting high in the world, talking about she shouldn't have did it. Right? Listen, Gorilla Spirit is ugly, even though that's a beautiful sister. Esther, though, it was a beautiful sister with a beautiful spirit. right? And as we read, you're going to find out why we say this. She is beautiful, inside and out, right? Keep reading, Brock.
Karawakan, who Mordecai, when her father and mother were dead, took for his own daughter.
Right.
Verse 8.
You could read verse 9, Babu Kasha.
Kawakan, Esther chapter 2 verse 9. And the maiden pleased them. And she obtained kindness of him. And he speedily gave her things. Purification.
Now listen to what that said. I'm gonna break this down for you. Esther is in the king's listen. She's given over to the king's guard, brought to the palace, right? Because she's beautiful. She pleased the king with kindness, with her grace. That's a word y'all sisters gotta learn. Grace,
right,
and discipline,
right.
And because of her grace and discipline, she was speedily given her things for purification. She didn't have to wait. Do y'all know what that means? That means you be kind to your man and he's going to do everything you need, right? Some sisters believe that they can get everything needed by giving up what's between their legs, when that's not true. To get everything you need, you just have to have grace and discipline and not be a stress to that man. It's very simple. A man will give you everything you need when you are not a stress in his life. Like you ask a sister what she needs from a man, and she's going to have a never-ending list of things. Show you one. What do you need from a woman? Listen, all it is peace. My brother said nothing. All it is peace. Most men will tell you straight up, I need peace. That's it. It's like yeah, have you ever seen that Akim? Y'all ever seen that meme where and listen, you post it on Facebook and you're gonna see a bunch of women jump in on the comments, right? And this is a meme. It's a room that has a TV on the floor. There's no TV stand. It has a lawn chair and a game system and a bed that's on the floor. And every sister is going to be in the comments like, what the hell is that?
Salaki out of one.
Because a man only needs a little bit of things to find peace. Barak.
I call it a slight piece of heaven and hell.
Slight piece of heaven and hell.
A slight piece of heaven and hell, right? That's it. That's all we need. Just peace. I don't even want much. Listen, you don't have to do nothing. Just be peaceful. Don't cause him no stress. And you're going to get everything. And Esther was peaceful. She quickly got the things for her purification. Keep reading.
Karawakan. Which such things as belonged to her. And seven maidens. Seven maidens which were meet to be given.
Right, along with her things for purification, she got 7 maidens. Keep reading.
Kawakan, out of the king's house.
Keep reading.
Kawakan, and he preferred her and her maids unto the best place of the house of the women.
Preferred women.
Salakia, Barak, can you read that again? My internet was cracking up. The oppressor's internet is horrible. Salakia.
And he preferred her and her maids unto the best place out of the house of the women.
Good night. She got the best place. Listen, y'all sisters are getting free game right now in a book that's 2,000 years old. She was peaceful and got the best house, got 7 maidens to take care of her, and the things of her purification fast. Keep reading, Barack.
Karawakan. Verse 10. Esther had not shewed her people, not nor her kindred.
Esther had not shewed her people, not nor her kindred.
For Mordecai had charged her that she should not shew it.
Mordecai had charged her that she should not shew it.
Right. So, okay. So, who wants to break down what that means? Right. It's very simple. Anybody? Read that again, Barack.
Karawakan. And Mordecai, Salakia, Esther had not shewed her people or her kindred.
Esther had not shewed her people or her kindred.
For Mordecai had charged her that she should not shew it.
Mordecai had charged her that not shew it.
Right. I was asking for somebody to break that down. What does that mean? Barack jumped out for a second. Right, Shariwan, you can continue reading from verse 10. Right, for time's sake, I'm going to give it to you. Right, Esther did not show her people or her kindred that she was in the palace. Right, she didn't even let the people in the palace know who she was or who her people was. Why? Because Mordecai told her not to do it. Why did Mordecai tell her not to do it? Because Mordecai was wise. And why did she not do it? Because she followed orders. She did what women in the world today do not do, which is follow orders. You're pretty. You could cook. You even get some money. Can you follow orders?
Good.
Listen, I remember when I was coming into the truth, I posted out on my Snapchat, and some woman in the world who unfollowed me later said, "What do you mean? Can you follow orders? Who are you to order around some women?" And I was dying, and I said, "Listen, you what happened to your last man?" And she was all in her feelings. "You don't worry about that." I said, "Y'all ain't together, right?" Good. And she said, "No." I said, "Maybe if you followed orders, y'all still be together." Good. Maybe if your mom followed orders, your dad would have taught you how to be a wife. She quickly unfollowed me.
God,
right? Come.
If I may, there was I was on social media the other day. It was on Facebook, and this sister posted. It was something simple. She just posted, "Should I stick with Apple or should I change to Android?" And she had like 50 people in her comments telling her Apple, Android. Right. And I posted in that sister's comments, "Do what your husband says." And out of every comment in there, her husband came on the comments and said, "Thank you. I appreciate what this brother said." It's really a show of, outside of the UPK, people don't give a damn about your marriage. Right. I mean, people don't really care about the black household and keeping families together. Right. So right. Listen, I hope she did what her husband said. Listen, her husband might have said, "Listen, you already got an Android. I'm gonna buy you this Apple." Right. She might have got 2 phones. You can go TikTok and Instagram at the same time. Listen to your husband. Right. Now, if you have a husband that's a tyrant, damn, that's a tough one. Right? Here's what you do if you have a husband that's a tyrant. Get in an I.S.U.P.K class, right? And change who you are. And then when you change who you are, your husband might notice and be like, "Damn, this woman changed up on me. What made her so loving and kind? Like, she was already decent, but what put her over the top?" And he just might join the classes and change, and now you don't have a tyrant. Or the Lord might just unalive him.
You can get a new husband, a husband that's decent and righteous and loving and treats you like the daughter of Zion you're supposed to be. Or your husband just might leave you and you still get a new husband, right? But you want to change, right? Now, I don't want the latter for you. I don't want your husband to be unalived. I want you to get in class and change so he can get in class and change, because we need soldiers. We need warriors. We need men who are going to stand up for their nation. And if you have a husband that's a tyrant, blame Christianity and the oppressor, because he's the devil the Bible speaks of.
Right.
Show you one. Can you read Esther 2, verse 11, Baba Kasha?
Come. Verse 11. And Mordecai walked every day before the court of the woman's house to know how Esther did and what should become of her. Verse 12. Now when every maid's turn was come to go into the king Ahasuerus, after that she had been 12 months, according to the manner of the woman. For so were the days of their purifications accomplished, to wit, 6 months with oil of myrrh, and 6 months with sweet odors.
Oh, wait. So listen, Mordecai went and checked on Esther every day. He went and did the right thing and checked on her every day, because that was the right thing to do. Right? That's what a father does. A father, listen, some of y'all who a lot of men know this, right? You have a daughter, you're going to wake up in the middle of the night and you're just going to stand in the room and watch her. You're just going to be watching over her and looking at her. And you're just going to be praying to the Lord. And nothing horrible happens to her, that she's going to listen to you. Right? Jose, what is with the cross? What, you are a Christian, but you have in your name the instrument that they unalived Jesus with. Why do you have the instrument that they unalived Jesus with in your name, Jose? Right? Now, Esther had a man that would come and check on her. And most fathers do this. They go and look at, listen, I do it every night. I before I go to my slavery, I'll just look at my daughter like, she's so peaceful right now. One day she's going to be crying and asking me for everything. And I pray I'm able to provide it. I pray I'm able to raise her up to be a kind sister and one day a loving wife to some brother in the I.S.U.P.K. That's what I say when I look at my daughter when she's sleeping in the night. Right? This is what Mordecai did. He went to go check on her every day. Keep reading, show you one.
And with other things for the purifying of the woman.
Right. And Esther went through, what was this about? This was about almost 6 months. 6 months of being purified with oils. Imagine a sister, she just putting on perfume and oils and getting pretty for 6 months. They say sisters take a long time to get ready. Esther's in the mirror for 6 months, just dousing herself with oils and myrrh and just smelling pretty and getting purified. Right? Show you one. You could read 13 real quick.
Verse 13. Then thus came every maiden unto the king, whatsoever she desired was given her to go with her out of the house of the woman unto the king's house.
Right.
Verse 14. In the evening she went, and on the morrow she returned into the second house.
Show you one. You could drop that. Drop that and read from 17.
Come on. Verse 17. And the king loved Esther above all the women.
Right.
And she obtained grace and favor in his sight.
Right. The king loved Esther because she was kind. right? Jose, I know you have a woman that is horrible in your house. That's why you're in these comments. Because if you didn't have a woman that was horrible in your house, you would be laid up with her right now. Slakia, why would you be in the comments of this video if you had a woman who was wonderful in your house? I would not be battling some Israelites in the comments if I had a woman that was wonderful in my house. It could only mean you do not have a woman that you do not have an Esther in your house. Salakia. Keep reading, Shariwan.
And the king loved Esther above all the women, and she obtained grace and favor in his sight more than all the virgins.
Right.
So that he set the royal crown upon her head.
Good night. She became the queen instead of who, Shariwan?
And made her queen instead of Vashti.
Instead of Vashti, she became the queen, right? Shariwan, jump down to verse 20.
Verse 20. Esther had not yet showed her kindred nor her people.
Listen, she was following orders. She still didn't show her kindred or her people. She didn't let the king know she's a Jew, and she didn't tell her people she was the new queen. She was following orders. That's what's most important. That is the theme of tonight. Jose, if you listen to the class long enough, you'll understand how to get that unruly sister, if it's a sister or an Edomite in your house. I don't know who you are, right? It could be some nasty, disgusting heathen. But if you watch the class long enough, you'll be able to get your house in order. It doesn't seem like your house is in order based off all the comments that you are writing in this chat right now. Salakia. Show you on, keep reading.
As Mordecai had charged her.
Mordecai told her not to show this, not to do this thing. Keep reading.
For Esther did the commandment of Mordecai.
Give that a hand. Give that a hand. Esther followed the commandment. Show you want, read that again.
For Esther did the commandment of Mordecai.
Sisters, take note. She did what?
Did the commandment of Mordecai.
Your husband gives you a commandment, and Esther
did the commandment of Mordecai.
That's what a good sister does. She doesn't talk back out the side of her neck. She doesn't make it hard for you. Listen, you know, I was watching this. Listen, there's this Salakia. There's this comic, man. He from the West Coast. He talks kind of like a low voice, right? I'm trying to remember this comic's name. It's gonna come to me later. But he said a good woman is gonna listen to you, right? And if she doesn't listen to you, it's gonna go bad. And he gave an example. He said a good woman, you're gonna tell her to duck, and she's gonna duck. A bad woman, a bad wife, you're gonna tell her to duck, and she's gonna be like, "Why?" and get hit with a monkey wrench because she didn't want to listen. That's crazy. Salakia, y'all sisters, y'all should just listen to your man. Especially if you have a man of the Lord. Especially if you have a man that's the opposite of Jose. You have a man that is doing the righteousness of the Lord, not a Christian, not a Christmas, Valentine's Day, St. Patrick's Day loving Christian. You should listen to him. Sure you want to keep reading?
Like as when she was brought up with him.
She did what he said because that's what she did when she was a child. This is her father now. Her father and mother are unalive. They're not here today. I mean, she listened to Mordecai as she did when she was a child. You know what you realize with women in the world who don't listen to their husbands? They never listen to their father. That's what I've realized. Sisters in the world who don't listen to the man that they sleep with, don't listen to their father. They never did. You want to know why? Because they're sleeping with a man their father told them not to sleep with. Damn. Here's another one. I seen a video of a sister who said she had sex with a man in a car because she didn't trust him enough to come into the house.
Good night. Good night.
Damn. What is happening to our sisters in the world? She trusted him enough to come in her box. Salakia. She let him inside her body. I was being vulgar for a moment, but I just had to let you understand the full spectrum of what is happening. She let him inside her body, but did not let that man in the house. So they did it in the car. She married the man. Come.
A lot of sisters also be doing that outside, you know what I'm saying, just like in the car, in the park, you know what I'm saying. When you think they're at work, you know what I'm saying, on their lunch break, they, you know what I'm saying, with somebody else, you know what I'm saying. Meanwhile, they're not gonna come to the house with that man, you know what I'm saying. They're not gonna present that man to their father, you know what I'm saying, and so on and so on. This happens a lot more, you know what I'm saying, especially when
Right. That is definitely true, man. This happens so much where they know their father is not going to approve of that man, so they don't bring him to the house. But I was dumbfounded when she said she couldn't trust him to come in the house, but she trusted him enough to put her in the most vulnerable of positions. No pun intended. Right? Sure you want. Keep reading.
Come. Verse 21. In those days, while Mordecai sat in the king's gate, two of the king's chamberlains, Bigthan and Teresh, of those which kept the door, were wroth.
Right. So the king had guards and they were wroth. They were angry with the king. Keep reading, show you one.
And sought to lay hand on the king Ahasuerus.
What verse are you in?
Verse 21.
Right. They sought to lay hands on the king. Right. It's like, you know, when you have an employer and he might be unruly to you and you think, man, I should just do something to this man. Right. And someone else overhears it, but you like, okay, a brother might not even really want to do something, but he just might be talking out loud. Right. But these men wanted to do something to him. They weren't speaking out loud. They were actually planning on doing something to him. Right. Keep reading, Shari1.
Verse 22. And the thing was known to Mordecai, who told it unto Esther the queen.
And because Mordecai checked up on Esther every day, he found this out and he told it to Esther the queen. Right? Mordecai is a wise brother. Like, this is wise. Right? Like, Mordecai could have said, listen, I'm going to let this king die because he took over my nation. He decided something else. Right? Because his daughter is now in the palace. She's the queen. He said, listen, I'm gonna help you out. Someone's planning on doing something to the king. And it's his guards. Keep reading.
And Esther certified the king thereof in Mordecai's name.
Esther went and told the king what was happening and said, Mordecai told me this. Keep reading.
Verse 23. And when inquisition was made of the matter, it was found out. Therefore, they were both hanged on a tree.
Good night. Listen, they found out what happened because Mordecai alerted the king. Mordecai alerted the king, and those men were hanged on a tree. Right? Now, listen, that is... What do we got for tomorrow? We got a decent amount to read. We'll probably go into chapter 3 just a little. We'll go into chapter 3 just a little. Right? And then we'll call a wrap to this class. The water for everyone who's watching. I.S.U.P.K. Toronto will be in Toronto. We'll be at a location. If you want to know the location where we're going to be closing the feast of Purim, there's going to be good food, good liquor. It's going to be the safest place in the city of Toronto. If you want to be at the safest place in the city of Toronto tomorrow night at 7 p.m., right? Just message us, message on the TikTok, on the Instagram, the Facebook, email I.S.U.P.K. Canada or I.S.U.P.K. Montreal, right? If you're a brother and sister, meaning you're Black, Hispanic, or Native American on your father's side, not like Bob Marley. Listen, they put out that Bob Marley movie to Man, they do this every once in a while where they're going to give black people some type of witchcraft, and that's going to be some good witchcraft. That Bob Marley movie talking about one love, one heart. Now no Jamaican can go on Jamaican beaches. I hope you guys are understanding what's happening. Because of Bob Marley's one love and love Caucasians and love the Christianity, Jamaicans cannot go on their own beaches because they had one love for every East Indian, every Asian. You go into Kingston Town Square, and before you would have some chickens, you have a chicken coop, and the chicken plants some eggs, and you take them eggs and go into the town square and sell them eggs. You and your daughter would make some beads, and you go into the town square and sell some beads. You would dye a shirt or make a dress and go and sell it there. Cook up some plantain, cook up some Barbie fried chicken. Ooh, that's on the menu tomorrow. That Barbie fried chicken. You probably don't understand what I'm talking about. Montreal, I'm about to show you guys what Barbie fried chicken is tomorrow in Toronto, right? At the closing of the Feast of Purim. But back in the day, you could go into the Kingston Town Square and buy some Barbie fried chicken off a brother or sister who was just selling it on the sidewalk. And now because the Asians own, all the Chinese own the shops, Moab has taken all the shops. They call the police, and the police come and knock over the stands and take the merchandise of poor Benjamites on the island of Jamaica, so they can't make any money. It's a horrible thing, right? Bring that truth to Winnipeg, fam. 100K Gadites over there. Sincere shalom for you are dropping it fire. Hey, Thawada CK, listen, we're gonna come to Winnipeg, CK. CK, if you're in Winnipeg, listen, just sign into these classes, man. Start dropping the truth over there and get yourself to be an officer. Do 90 days. Wear all black. Make yourself an officer. Well, you can't make yourself an officer, but do the training to be an officer in this school, and we'll be over there with you. We'll be standing over there with you. You're going to have to raise up Winnipeg. I can't do it by myself all the way here in Toronto. I got Toronto to try to raise up right now. I will raise up Winnipeg if I have to. Adiyar, Sharyuan, and Baraki Allah will raise up Winnipeg if we have to. But CK, if you're in Winnipeg, start it. Start the work, and we'll come and help you. That's my count. That's my brotherly advice to you. Right? So water for tuning in, CK. But just in getting class, man, start up that Winnipeg school. We'll be over there. Winnipeg's just a flight. It's just a little flight, and I don't need a passport. I just need my ID. That's my I'll be over there, man. Just start it up. Salakia. I wouldn't even know where to go in Winnipeg, CK. So if you want the truth in Winnipeg, you're going to have to get with us and let us know where to go. CK, listen, message us. We're going to hit you up, man. And you hit us back. And let's figure out where we got to go in Winnipeg and what we got to do in Winnipeg. Give me all the stories that's happening in Winnipeg so Baraki Allah can make them TikTok me those reels, man. If you seen Baraki Allah's reels, turning up. God.
We have to go to the Marlboro Hotel. That's one location we have to place.
Damn right. Brock made that reel on his sister who was being zip tied in the Marlboro Hotel, right? Marlboro, like the devil who like that sounds like them cigarettes they used to. That's correct. Good night. That's horrible, right? And they tried to burn that sister in the basement. Salakia. And I don't mean like let her on fire. I mean like do something evil to her in that basement, CK. Listen, Baraki Allah, he made a reel. That thing be turning up. Let us know where we got to go in Winnipeg, CK. Start that school over there. We'll be over there shortly, right? Salakia, where were we? Sharyuan. Who was the last person reading? Sharyuan?
Chapter 3.
Right. I'll just leave it at this, right? We might go into chapter 3. Sharyuan, yeah, you can read chapter 3 real quick, right? What happened was Mordecai in the last chapter we just read, he alerted the king. Those men were hung, right? And Mordecai had a good name because of it. Sharyuan, keep reading.
Let's look at Esther chapter 3 and verse 1. After these things did King Ahasuerus promote Haman, the son of Hammedatha, the Agagite, and advanced him, and set his seat above all the princes that were with him.
Right. Show you one. Can you get, or Barak Allah, can you get 1 Samuel 15 and 8, right? So he promoted Haman the Agagite. This is a descendant of Agag, the king, the Amalekites, right? Now, if you know anything about the Amalekites, right? Amalek. There's a people who call themselves Jews today, and they say they go back to Amalek. These are the people that King Saul was supposed to unalive, every single one of them in the Old Testament, in the time of King Saul, so they would not be a thorn in our side. And they are a thorn in our side today. Listen, they be unaliving. While everyone was watching Super Bowl, they said everyone's distracted. Let's drop some bombs. Erica Badu, an unruly woman, was saying it's Super Bowl. It's a good day to cheat with an effeminate man, a soft man. That's because she's a whore.
Right.
That's because she is a ratchet whore. Salakia TikTok. Do not cancel us. I'm just giving you the real. That's all I can do. That's what Commanding General Yahanna told us to do. Right? Salakia. Hey, Shalom Kodash. Shalom. Most High in Christ for tuning in. All right. Keep reading. Wait, show you one. Was that it? Is that what you're? Did you finish that?
That's the end of verse 1.
Barak Allah, can you read 1 Samuel 15 and 1 for me? Baba Kasha.
Kawakad. This is the book of 1 Samuel chapter 15, verse 1.
Hold up. Let me catch up with you.
Salakia, the one.
I got you. Come.
I've been jumping in and out because I keep hearing myself.
Salakia?
I was jumping in and out earlier because I keep hearing myself in double. I don't know if that's my computer or on your side.
Yeah, that could be because I got the. If you were listening to it on TikTok, I have the TikTok on the phone because we didn't like share the StreamYard into the TikTok. I was trying something different, so you know what it is. The TikTok is picking up my laptop, Salakia.
Okay, no sweat.
Hey, for everybody who was on the TikTok or if you were here in double Salakia, listen, tomorrow the I.S.U.P.K in Toronto and Montreal will be gathering together, right? And you're going to see us all on one big screen. Salakia, it's going to be glorious. Listen, I miss my brothers. I haven't seen my brothers in 1, 2, 3. Oh, man, I can't count. It's been a long time.
Right.
Salakia. It's been a long time.
Salakia, if I may, please.
God.
And for anybody that's in Montreal, if you want to send something to the to the closing of Purim in Toronto, myself, you could contact myself or Officer 500 Barakella. Do it quick because we living in Montreal by 11:30 tomorrow. So early in the morning we got time. To pick it up. Or you could bring it. Wherever we at. But if you want to send something to Toronto, let us know ASAP. All right. What, please.
Damn right. Hey, no sweat. Damn right. Listen, give it up for Montreal. Give Montreal a hat. I heard y'all been doing your thing on that TikTok over there. Y'all got them in the comments and turning up on that TikTok over there. Listen, give that a hand. Give that one more hand, man. I.S.U.P.K, we are taking over the internet. That's what it is. Salakia. Right? And again, Commanding General Yahanna, right? On I.S.U.P.K, North Carolina, either Durham or Raleigh, right? I believe it's Durham they're in, right? Commanding General Yahanna is opening the Feast of Purim. It's live now or it ended already, but you could go back and watch it, just like you could come back and watch these, right? Barak, let's get that verse and we're going to close it out.
Karawakad, 1 Samuel chapter 15, verse 1. Samuel also said unto Saul, the Lord sent me to anoint thee to be king over his people, over Israel. Now, therefore, hearken thou unto the voice of the words of the Lord.
Right. So Samuel was king over Israel, and he was supposed to do something. Brock, jump down to verse 8.
Karawakan. Verse 8, and he took Agag, the king of the Amalekites, alive, and utterly destroyed all the people with the edge of the sword.
Right. So if you jump back up to verse 2, the Lord wanted Samuel to unalive all the Amalekites, the so-called little hats, the ones dropping bombs on Palestine today. Salakia.
Right? Fireworks.
The ones who get the police trucks in the city of Toronto for protests, while your neighborhoods have to be shot up to get a police truck. And even then, remember I told you I went to Driftwood earlier this week to go see if there was actually a police truck, and lo and behold, after years of being shot up, they finally put a police truck. Not that we're asking for it, right? Because us black people, we should be able to police ourselves and show each other brotherhood, right? And sisterhood. We should be able to go to council for when these nations, for when we have war with each other and we have disagreements, right? And lo and behold, they put a police truck. But these are the same little hats. King Agag, the Amalekites. Saul was supposed to unalive them, but he didn't. Why? Because when we were leaving Egypt and going through their land, right? The Edomites, who are the Agagites, who are the so-called Jewish people today, Caucasian men, came behind our camp, our convoy, right? And started to slaughter the weak of us, the old women, the old men, the sick, and the children. And the Lord never forgot it, right? This is why he has them going to war right now. They're warring with each other to be utterly destroyed later, right? Salakia. They're dropping them fireworks on each other, right? Salakia. So that's what was supposed to happen. It didn't happen. Saul, he took King Agag to himself and kept him alive because of money. He had a business deal, right? And that's how Saul lost the kingdom. He lost the spirit of the Lord, right? So with that said, again, we are going to be in Toronto at a physical location at 7 p.m. tomorrow. There's going to be great food, good food, and as well as drinks, brotherhood, right? Barack is going to be in some heavy garments. Look, Barack got some garments on, right? So, oh, man, I'm messing with my brother Barack. I love that nigga, right? Can't wait to see y'all, Montreal, man. Right. So for now, I'm Precinct Officer 1000 Zabaja. I'm going to pass the class to my brother on my right, Sharyuan. He's going to read the announcements. Again, we have a physical location that we're going to be tomorrow. If you want to show up, just DM us if you're a brother and sister, and we'll give you the address of the physical location so you can come and eat some food. You can come and chill out with us. Right. Again, shalom.
Let's clap it up. These are the I.S.U.P.K security announcements. We are the I.S.U.P.K, started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Move for new brothers and sisters. When a new brother and sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They're here to show themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother and sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can find that in Numbers 18, verse 21, in the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verses 8 to 10. Ma'ashra means tenth in the Hebrew. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the Treasury Department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests is not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations. We're currently in the Feast of Purim. We'll be closing the Feast of Purim tomorrow at sundown. Any brother who wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black boot shirts, pants, headband, and scarf. With that said, we're going to give one courtesy salute to the brothers and a courtesy salute to the sisters. Men of Israel, I'm Madiam, which means stand. We're going to give one courtesy salute to the brothers. Men of Israel, I'm Madiam Shabbat. I'm Madiam, Barak, Yahweh, Yad Yamatah, which means hands down. Sar, which means turn and face the sisters. If you have any in your presence, we're going to give one courtesy salute to the sisters. Men of Israel, I'm Madiam Shabbat. I'm Madiam, Barak, Yahweh Shamar, Allah, Yad Yamatah, which means hands down. Class dismissed.
I know exactly what they want. I know exactly what they want. Just be patient. My name is my name, power and glory, I never change. Stand on loyalty, remain the same. Say what you mean, speak on my name, you go to war with me. We move the same, you think that it's for me. Running the game, kicking the door with me. All through the pain, the snow, the rain, the ups and downs. My